Good morning, second grade. I'm sorry we didn't have any videos the last couple of days. One thing that I do not know how to do really is drive in the snow. So we're going to finally finish our list. I believe we're on list K today, so we're going to finally finish it. Review tomorrow, quiz on Friday. All right, our first phonogram is a two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. What are you going to write? Great, a two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, a two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. This is our a two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. If you didn't get that one, you know what to do. All right, our next phonogram is O, the O of boat. What are you going to write? Good, O, the O of boat. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, O, the O of boat. All right, this is our O, the O of boat. So again, if you didn't know what that one was or had something else, write it 3 times, saying it each time. All right, our next phonogram is A-A-Ah. What are you going to write? Good, A-A-Ah. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, A-A-Ah. This is our A-A-Ah. So again, if you didn't have that, write it 3 times, saying it each time. All right, our next phonogram is, watch my mouth. What are you going to write? Good. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good. All right. Remember, since my teeth aren't touching, it's 2 letters. If it was just that first letter, my teeth would be touching. All right. Our next phonogram is sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, class, what are you going to write? Say it with me. Sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. Say it while you write it. I'll say it with you. Shh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Say it with me. Shh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, I hope we had this. All right, this is everything we need for our words today. Let's go ahead and review one of our newer phonograms. And let's do I, 3-letter I. Class, what are you going to write? Good, I, 3-letter I. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, I, 3-letter I. We haven't done that for a while. This is our I, 3-letter I. Remember, it's just like a 4-letter A, but it doesn't have that first letter. So if you didn't get that, go ahead and write it 3 times and say it while you write it. All right, let's get ready for our words today. Oh, they're mostly just 1 syllable, so let's see if we can go really fast. All right, class, our first word is stamp. What's the word? Good, stamp. I needed a stamp to mail the letter. Stamp. All right, listen one more time because we've got some consonants that are going to try and stick together. Stamp. All right, class, what sounds do we hear in the word stamp? All right, I hope we got all 5 sounds and we didn't let those consonants stick. Say the sounds with me one more time. S, t, a, p, All right, so make sure you have 5 sounds. Say them while you write them. Put your finger, so pause the video if you're not finished yet. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. S, t, a, m, p. All right, so make sure your word looks like that. Let's mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this? This one? Saying its first sound. This one? This one? Nope. All right, nothing to mark. Class, what kind of syllable is this? I heard Britta say closed. Nice job, Britta. It is a closed syllable. Let's read it. Good. Stamp. All right. Our next word is train. What's the word? Good. Train. I heard a train going through town early this morning. Train. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word train? Good. In train, our sounds are t, r, a, n. Our A is a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. Class, which A do we use in train? Good. A 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. All right, write the sounds in train. Say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. T, r, A, which A is it? Good. A 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. And good. N. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? This one? This one? Good, we need to underline it. How about this one? All right, we underline this because those 2 letters are working together to make that A sound. All right, let's read our word. Good, train. All right, our next word is plane. What's the word? Good, plane. I went to the airport to catch the plane to Oregon. Plane. All right, so this is like an airplane. What sounds do we hear in the word plane? Good, our sounds are p, o, a, n. Our A is a class. How are we going to make it say A? Good, silent final E, job 1. One more time, what are we going to write for plane? Good, silent final E, job 1. Otherwise, wait, if we don't write that silent final E, what would our word be? It would be plan. All right, so to write plane, we have to add that silent final E. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. O, A, N. Good. Silent final E. Job 1. Make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this one? This one? Good, because we're underlining this because, good, it's saying its name. How about this one? Good, because it's part of our silent final E job 1 team. And of course, we're going to double underline our silent final E job 1. Pick up your pencil. Thank you if you are writing the word and then marking it with me. The first time, remember, we don't want to just mark as we're going, because otherwise I see a lot of randomly marked things like we just mark the E, but we forget to mark this, and we don't want to do that. All right, let's read our word. Good, plane. All right, our next word is boat. What's the word? Good, boat. My cousin got married on a boat. Boat. What sounds do you hear in the word boat? Good, our sounds are b, o, t. All right, our O is O, the O of boat. Class, which O are we using for boat? Good, O, the O of boat. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, and make sure you're starting your B. Where is it? Good, at the top baseline. What's next? O, which O? Good, O, the O of boat. And good, T. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. Try and cover up the glare there, my head. All right, does this need a marking? How about this? Good. How about this? All right, mark it. And let's read it. Good, boat. All right, our next word is water. What's the word? Good, water. Now this is one, I'm not going to say it's a two-way word because in our quiz I'll make sure I say water. Sometimes in English we pronounce things that are t as d a little bit just because I'm not being as careful as I should. I'll make sure I say water though, but I know sometimes people say water. Don't say that because you'll spell it wrong. Water. All right, sorry class, what's our word? Good, water. To spell it, we got to say it that way. All right, how many syllables are in water? Show me. Excellent, if you've got this. If you've not, try again, water. Your chin goes down 2 times. All right, class, can you tell me the first syllable? Listen, water. Excellent, our first syllable is wa. And our second syllable is, good, ter. What sounds do we hear in the syllable wa? Good, it's w, ah. This ah is ah. Class, which are we going to use in water? Good, ah. Write that first syllable wa. Say the sounds while you write them. All right. Sorry, our second syllable is ter. Class, what's our second syllable? Good, ter. What sounds do we hear in the syllable ter? Good, the sounds are t, er. All right, our is the of her. Class, which are we using? Good, the of her. I didn't have us practice this. I think almost all of us know it. So see if you can remember the of her. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, what? Ah, which ah is it? Good, ah. Good, syllable break. Excellent. Good, which Excellent, the of her. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. And let's mark it. Class, does this need a marking? How about this? All right, what are the 3 sounds of this phonogram? Good, ah. So how are we going to mark it? Good, but don't do it yet. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, we need to underline our earlier of her. Go ahead and mark your word. All right. Before we read it, it's good for us just to know when we're reading and we come to a word that we don't know. When we have a, after a w, it usually says its third sound, like in wash. I know there's a lot of other words too, but so if we see this by itself after a w, I would probably try the third sound first. All right, so let's read our word. Good, water. All right, the next word, this is a review word, but we need to review it because then we're going to add a suffix to it. The next word is ship. What's the word? Good, ship. I went to the store to ship the books to my friend. Ship. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word ship? Good, our sounds are sh, e, p. All right, there's only one sh that we can use at the end of a word, or sorry, the beginning of a word. Well, there's the one that we usually use. We could use ch, k, sh, but it's going to be our, if I don't tell you anything else about which to use, then it's this one. Let's say the name of this one with me. Sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, nice job. So ship, say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, sh. Good, I, and good, p. All right, make sure your word looks like this. Does this need a marking? Good. How about this? This? All right, mark it. And let's read it. All right, we reviewed this word today because we're going to add a vowel suffix to it. Remember, we've got some rules for when we add a vowel suffix to the end of certain kinds of words. Ship is a 1-1-1 word, right? Because it's one syllable, ship, and it ends with one vowel followed by one consonant. So class, if we have a 1-1-1 word and we want to add a vowel suffix to it, we do something to this last consonant. What do we do? So if we're adding a vowel suffix, there's two different things we do to a word, right? We could either, there's one thing that we drop and there's one thing that we double. Could we drop this and still have the same sounds in our base word? We can't drop this, otherwise our base word's going to be shy instead of ship. Okay, so what are we going to have to do if we don't drop something? Something else that starts with a d. All right, if we're not going to drop it, we're going to double it. Remember, we drop silent final e's, we double the last consonant in 1-1-1 words. All right, so our word is shipping. Class, what are we going to write? Good, shipping. How many syllables? Shipping, show me. Good, 2. Since we're just using a rule and adding a suffix, I want to see if we can write the whole word out in one go. All right, class, what's our first syllable in shipping? Good, it's still our base word, ship. What are we going to write for that? Good, sh, I, p, and then our syllable break. All right, our second syllable, the first thing we're going to write, who can tell me the first thing we're going to write for our second syllable? Right, we need to double our last consonant, so we're going to write another p after our syllable break. And then what are we going to write? Good, I, All right, so ship is the first syllable, that doubled p, and then I, which is our suffix. as our second syllable. Challenge yourself, see if you can write it all at one time, saying the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. Shh. Good. I. Good. Just our base word. Then we have a syllable break. What's next? Good. So we've got to double this last consonant if we're adding a vowel suffix to a 1-1-1 word. All right, what's next? Good. I. What's next? Good. All right. So class, if you were listening, then you would have, I think, been able to write this all at once, which is great. That's what we are working towards. All right. Does this need a marking? Good. This one? This one? How about this one? Do we hear it, class? Good. It's silent, so we need to, good, double underline it. Does this need a marking? How about this one? Yes, we need to underline that. All right, let's mark it. All right, and let's read our word. Good, shipping. All right, nice work learning your words, class. I will see you in our next video.